Welcome back, you lovely bunch. Thanks for tuning in again. I hope you're all doing good. Right, as you can see, if I move just slightly, it's incredibly sunny outside. So we're going to take the newly created winter bike out for a bit of a test ride. It doesn't matter how many bikes I build. The first ride, I'm always a little bit more cautious. I need to check everything's done up, everything's tight, the seat's in the right position, the gears are all working. So the first ride is always a bit of a chilled one, and that's what we're going to do today. So I've just checked over the bike with an Allen key, doing the seat post, headset, the bars, stem, wheels, disc brakes, just to check everything's tight. And now I think we're ready to take this outside in the sunshine. I mean, fingers crossed the sunshine stays, because it is actually meant to rain. But it's a winter bike, it's going to get wet at some point. Right, let's go ride it. This bike has surpassed all of my expectations. Honestly, this frame rides so much better than I expected. It reminds me a little bit of my LA Sprint disc. I mean, it's not as aggressive, it's nowhere near that sort of geometry. The stiffness, the responsiveness. And the thing is, right, you can buy a complete Gestalt for the same price as you can buy a specialised LA Sprint disc frame, which is kind of insane. So the Gestalt isn't available as a frame set, you'd normally buy it as a complete bike. And my setup here is completely different to the setup the Marin do. So these 45mm deep Hyper SEs, you know, it's hard to believe they're actually a budget carbon wheel. I should stop saying a budget carbon wheel, but you know what I'm saying. It's their lower level carbon wheel, and they feel just as good as their higher level carbon wheel. And the good thing is, I could run this bike as a gravel bike or as a road bike. I mean, the gearing is definitely more gravel, but obviously for winter and whatnot, I think it's fine. I haven't noticed today that I'm spinning out too much. On a long descent, it would definitely be more rolling than pedalling. I'm not opposed to that. There's plenty of clearance up the front for a wide tyre. Not as much in the back, however. I could run a 40mm gravel tyre, but I'm not sure how comfortable riding an aluminium frame, 45mm deep wheels would be on gravel. But you can do it. So I have got a SRAM Apex group set, which is like a lower level group set. It's 12 speed and I bloody love it. I wasn't sure about it to start with. I was like, oh, it might be a bit naff. I'm not really a big fan of SRAM, I'll be honest. I like the older E-tap, I don't like the newer Axis stuff, and like in my experience, the whole mullet thing, great idea, but you had to use this B tool. It was just a bit of a faff to set up. If your derailleur took a bit of a knock, it would go out of alignment and you'd have to have this stupid tool to like tweak it. So I was a little bit apprehensive about this. Do you know what? I love it. It's a very modern bike now. I've got 12 speed. This is probably my most modern bike. All of my other bikes are 11 speed, apart from my mountain bikes. I mean, you don't need a 12 speed group set, but considering the price of this, I've got no idea how much it is, by the way, but it's definitely cheaper than the more expensive ones. Still cables, but there's nothing to charge. It's just flawless, you know, and it works really nice. So yeah, so far, very, very, very impressed. And also the paint job's lovely. And you know what? The mud's really easy to spot too, so it'll be easy to clean. Right, let's carry on. I've got my bike all prepared for winter. I wasn't today. I got my gloves out and my leg warmers, and then the sun came out and I was like, do you know what? I'm not going to need those. I'm so cold right now. I very rarely get cold hands. I've got cold hands. No. Winter is well and truly here. The drivetrain is completely silent. It's really weird. It's the first time I've used like one of the flat chains from SRAM. All you can hear is like the crunching of the leaves and a bit of wind. It's so nice, it's so quiet. For like the lower level group set, it's awesome. It's that trickle down technology, isn't it? Like fully in effect there. And it really is quite nice. Well done SRAM on this one. The one thing this bike is missing though is mud guards. And I know I keep saying this, so apologies. I'm not sorry. This bike surprised me so much. It's so nice, it's so smooth. It bridges that gap between like comfort and speed very well. So it does feel fast, but it's also really comfy. And I was also good and didn't completely slam the stem. I'm learning from my mistakes. Very happy, very, very happy. Oh, very, very, very happy. Right, probably a really bad idea to come straight upstairs, sit on the sofa when I've got muddy like shorts on, the bike is really muddy. I mean, look at the state of it. But you know, it's a winter bike. And it's going to get dirty. I am genuinely surprised how nice this bike feels. Like I knew it would be like comfortable, right? It's like, it's a very like relaxed geometry frame. Like it is aluminium, so I thought it might be a little bit like rattly. But I've got 34mm tyres on there, so that gives you a nice bit of cushion. Carbon rims, obviously carbon rims are stiff, but they're also like flexy at the same time. I feel like I've got this set up so spot on. I'm so happy with it. It surpassed all my expectations. Do think the chainring is a tiny bit too small, which is why I wanted the 44 tooth. A 40 tooth is dealable, but I do notice on the like the kind of long downhills that I end up just spinning out, and whilst it's fine, in an ideal world I'd have a 44 tooth and then this bike would be absolutely perfect. But yeah, genuinely surprised by how perfect this bike is. So when I originally asked Marin for a Gestalt, they were like, are you sure that's the one you want? I can pick pretty much any bike in their range, and I'm picking like one of their mid-range bikes. It's not their highest end frame, but I wanted it because it suits the purpose. And genuinely blown away by how well this bike rides. Like it's amazing. It's smooth, it's fast, it just ticks all the boxes, you know? And also, now I can clearly see where the mud is when I have to clean it. What do you guys want to know? Do you guys want to know anything about it? Would you guys change anything about it? I do need to get some mud guards, that is the thing that's missing. So if you've got any mud guard recommendations, let me know down below. I'm proper excited for winter now. Like, I genuinely rode around with a smile on my face. I mean, apart from the times that my hands were freezing and my legs were cold and it was raining, then I wasn't really smiling that much. Hence the lack of like riding footage and more chattiness. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll catch you guys very soon. Bye.